Yeah, go show your love for Comp Keys. Tell them TFG sent you. And yeah, man, this channel would literally not exist without Ramsey and Comp Keys because I had no idea how to edit. I had no idea how to record any of it, like Photoshop, you name it. Everything that I do now by myself, Comp Keys themselves helped get that franchise guy up and running. So welcome back to the Nighthawks OKC rebuild. My goal is to finish this season here in this stream. It should take about an hour and a half is what I'm aiming for here. We are 5-3. We have responded in our second season of this bizarre rebuild that we're doing where we relocated the Saints. We are in our second and final year of cap restraints, where we only have $75 million in cap space, so we're dealing with a real lack of depth, but we got some young guys stepping up. Jamal Crockett there. Damian Johnson stepping up out of Utah State, a 6th-round pick, who I'm just hoping gets a breakout here because dude's just a stud. And then defensively, Landon Roberts playing well. Dean Lowry breaking out this year. Justin Hollins playing well again. And then Holton Hill, another big storyline. So let's get this thing rolling. Panda, thoughts on day one of the Senior Bowl? Can you guys fill me in? Tuesday last year the practices were really short, and I got a notification because I'm on their email list for all this stuff because I was credentialed this year. I got an email notification that practice was canceled because of rain. But I'm seeing some people tweet about stuff, so I'm a little confused what happened at the Senior Bowl today. Do you guys know what's going on down there today and like what the deal is? I'm assuming they're back on at practice tomorrow. And then can you watch live? Because I wanted to do a live Senior Bowl coverage thing. I do get the film, luckily. Because I got my credentials, I will be getting the film, but I don't think I get that quite yet. So I'm curious if you guys can fill me in, because I'm a little out. Oh my God, Holton Hill. Look at that, dude. I'm so glad we extended him. He is just legit. Yeah, I've heard Levi Onwuzurk is crushing it. That's exciting for him. Wow, good upgrade there for little Jordan Humphrey. Alex Wilford. So while I have you guys here, I'm just gonna warn you. I have a bad feeling that our stream's gonna crash at some point. So if you lose me, just give me like 30 seconds to refresh, and the stream will be back. I just wanna warn you right now. If that happens, that's what happened. Clyde Givens. We had a bunch of upgrades here on the bye week. Let's go zone here. Is Lawrence 1A, Wilson 1B, or is it a 1 and 2 situation? It's definitely a 1 and 2 situation, but like I've said, I think he's closer to Lawrence than Wilson is to Fields. Thanks, Jack Brown. Yep, lots of opinions still to change there for that second mock. Do I see Derrick Henry and Najee Harris? It's an easy comparison, but they're very different to me. I don't see Derrick Henry or Mark Ingram, to be honest. My comparison for him is David Johnson. Much more fluid receiver than Derrick Henry. That is the biggest problem. Derrick Henry struggles immensely to catch the football. Najee Harris has very smooth hands. I also think he's more naturally quick. I think he makes guys miss a lot better than Derrick Henry does. But he doesn't quite have that like rare 250-pound. So my comp for him is David Johnson. All right, let's scout some more corners here. Why do I have the Steelers going Harris instead of ETN? Because it's a little bit different stylistically. I think the Steelers would benefit from having a prime. Yeah, I see a little Le'Veon Bell geometric heat as well. I thought about that comp, but I think Harris is a little more explosive than Le'Veon Bell, whereas Le'Veon Bell was much more of a patient runner. But I could see some similarities there. But yeah, just for the Steelers, for one, Najee, I do have a higher grade on Najee Harris, even though I think they're both great running back prospects. But we're going to start the backup this week before we take on Joe Burrow and the Bengals. More upgrades, too. Jeez, these upgrades are flying in. But I think if you're splitting hairs, Najee Harris is the better between the tackles runner, whereas ETN is the smoother receiver. I do think they're both fantastic, but I think stylistically Harris is really what would take that running game to the next level. I don't know if Harris... Think of it this way. ETN is very similar to Alvin Kamara. I don't think he has a ton of power. I don't think he has, like, elite vision or... I think he'll be a good running back, but I don't think he'll be like that 1,500 powerhouse, workhorse like Najee Harris can be, I think. That's kind of the big difference for me. ETN also has a large body of work, and he's not quite as big, so I'd be worried a little bit more about longevity if you're drafting a guy to give the ball 250 times. Whereas if you draft him in the Bucs situation, you still got Rojo. You're not necessarily running ETN into the ground, but you bring in ETN on third down. Man, we got just upgrades galore. If ETN falls to the second round, should the Jags take him? No, I don't think so. You got James Robinson. You struck gold there. I don't see why you spent a second round pick on Travis Etienne. Malik Collins just keeps growing. All right, Bengals are 6-2. A lot of housekeeping that we had to do here before. I'm gonna scout O-line here. Are the Bears heading to another 8-8 season? I think that's probably what we're looking at here, most likely. All right, let's get it. It's going to be a tough run here in the second half. We had a rough start. We're playing much better as of late. Geometrically, you got Trey Lance over Fields. I can't blame you, man. I mean, I really have them like neck and neck. I do think the way I look at it is it just kind of depends what evil you want to play with. I talked about this on Twitter, but I think with... Ooh, Reuben Foster gets a pick. I think with Fields, you're hoping that you can eliminate the weaknesses that he's shown that he does have, whereas with Lance, you're hoping that he can develop the strengths that Fields has proven, which to me include consistent first read ability, and accuracy. You're hoping you're hoping Lance can develop that without developing bad tendencies. I think we've seen a lot more bad from Justin Fields, but we've also seen a lot more good from Justin Fields than we have with Lance. I think Lance is just a blank slate, moldable prospect that is, I think, much more polarizing. I feel a lot better about what Justin Fields is. Ooh, there's a touchdown. All right, Schwartz. Would Brian Daboll take the Vikings job next offseason? I don't see why not. How do the Patriots use their cap space? I would hope they use it on a wide receiver first. Oh, man, Gronk on the Bengals. Seahawks are interviewing Nathaniel Hackett. That's a great interview. That's probably the best name I've heard them interview so far. He's a man with a lot of experience. Mario to the Pats or the Bears. I like that. I think that would be a great move for either team. What a steal for the Raiders to get... I mean, they basically recognized that the QB market was weird last year. There was all these options and all these teams hedging their bets on all these young quarterbacks that weren't any good. And they basically just said, drop it in there. Oh my God, John Ross. He almost came down with that. They basically said, yeah, Mariota's a starting caliber quarterback. We can pick him up for close to nothing on a 2-year deal. And now I think it's very likely that they end up trading him for like a second-round pick, which is just a snipe by them. It's like the first good front office move they've made. Oh, Schwartz has got another one. Too easy. Man, Schwartz is going to work out here. I saw the Bears promoting that coach to DC. I like it. Did he work there under Vic Fangio? I believe in him based on his accomplishments. Man, Schwartz going off. Rosen going off. How do I feel that the Bengals getting Surtain trading down? I don't like that. I think the Bengals need to continue to do everything they can to give Burrow the best chance to succeed. I do like Surtain, but you got to either get Sewell or one of those two receivers to me if you're the Bengals. Or Pitts. Pitts would work too. Jordan Reed. Jared Goff to Kyle Trask. I don't like that comp. I don't think Kyle Trask has half the arm that Jared Goff has. But that said, I haven't evaluated Trask quite yet. Let's go. Is Pitts blue chip? It's tough because we've never seen a player like him. I would say the one thing working against Pitts as a blue chip prospect would be the same thing that was kind of working against Isaiah Simmons last year, and that he's a tweener. Man, let's go. Carl Joseph. Thoughts on Daniel Sorensen? I've kind of always liked Daniel Sorensen, but I feel like he's just kind of boom or bust. All right, we're not going to kick this. We're not going to play this field goal. Who should the Packers get at DC? I don't mind Jim Schwartz. I want the Packers to run a 4-3 for the first goddamn time in their life. Just run a defense that allows guys to play fast. Don't overcomplicate the scheme like Pettin and Dom Capers have been doing for the last 10 years. You don't need an elite defense. You just need a defense that doesn't fall apart in the NFC Championship every year because a smart team understands how to pick apart your scheme. Like, there's no reason for the Packers, who have every year one of the youngest teams in the league and one of the best offenses every year, to have the most complex defensive scheme in the league, and they've had arguably the most complex scheme in the league schematically for about 10 years. It literally does not make any sense. Just add it to the fucking list of things that the Packers have done to waste Aaron Rodgers' career. Like, how much more evidence do you need from teams like the Colts and the Niners and all these teams that a stable 4-3 unit that's well coached, that just tackles well, plays fast, keeps everything in front of them? The Chiefs, another example, is a great recipe to have a quality defense. I've always said it's harder to have an elite defense in a 4-3 The Saints, another great example. It's harder to have an elite defense in a 4-3 scheme, but it's much easier to have a good defense. And it's much easier to have a terrible defense in a 4-3. That's pretty cool. Kubiak's son is going to be the Vikings offensive coordinator. I like that. I didn't even know he was a coach. That's pretty sweet. I actually really like that. That's cool. I wonder if that's why he stayed in Minnesota. Pep Hamilton to Tennessee. I'm not crazy about that. I think Tennessee would be making a mistake to get away from the scheme that they run well. I feel like they should probably promote internally. What's unique about the Pats' defensive style? Boy, where do I start? They are one of the few teams in the league that emphasizes their coverage over their pass rush. They play extremely disciplined gap-controlled defense. Every player has a defined gap that they're responsible up front. They often drop their edge rushers into coverage to confuse quarterbacks and cut off crossing routes and a lot of the underneath stuff that dominates in the NFL today. Yeah, Bill Belichick's just a phenomenal defensive play caller, and he's capable of making adjustments. He coaches his defenses to be versatile in that, if you're playing one week, if you're playing a team that's good against man coverage, he'll run zone against you. If the next week you're good against zone coverage, he'll run man against you. He's just, there's so many things. It's amazing, honestly, what the Patriots do schematically. So, low-key, Josh Rosen goes off. 4 touchdowns. Jamal Crockett, I feel like, had a huge day for us. He did. Foster, good day. We get no sacks, but 3 picks. God, Holton Hill, dude. Let's go. Holton Hill, Carl Joseph. I love this team. This is by far the most fun rebuild I've ever done. Purdue, man, I am currently taking a break from my online connected franchise, which I always get a kick out of when we still call them connected franchise because it hasn't been CFM for like 5 years. But the TFGO League, I'm currently taking a break from it. But other than that, no. Who do I think will be the top 5 wide receivers next year? I'll just say heading into the year, Tyreek 1, Adams 2. Ooh, Teron Rush. I think you got to give Diggs a top 5 receiver nod heading into next season. I'd still put Hopkins on that list. And then 5. Maybe Keenan Allen 5. Yeah, Justin Jefferson's up there. I don't know if I'm ready to put him in the top 5 yet, but he might be in the top 10. You got like Jefferson, A.J. Brown, DK Metcalf, Terry McLaurin are all pushing. Yes, Skull, go get it. I have evaluated Diami Brown. I like him. I actually tweeted about him like a week ago that I have a really good feeling about him. Someone should dig up that tweet and share it for Skull, go get it. All right, Tyler Jenkins, press. Yeah, I like Tylan Wallace a lot. He'll be a second rounder. I don't think he sneaks into the first, but I like Tylan Wallace a lot. My comp for him is Darius Slayton. Yeah, you always got to throw Julio Jones' name in the ring, but the dude just can't finish the season at this stage. I'm not comfortable putting Julio Jones in the top 5 anymore. Reese, I watch my film primarily on YouTube, but I'm fortunate to be a PFF employee. Thank you, Panda. Is that my Diami Brown tweet? I'm fortunate to have a database through PFF to watch stuff as well, which is nice. But you can get pretty much everything you need on YouTube, and it's only going to keep. There's only going to be more and more as we lead up to the draft. But I've had very few problems finding all the games on YouTube so far. Here you go, Josh Rosen. What do I feel about CeeDee Lamb? I love CeeDee Lamb. I don't really know what else to say. I think he's awesome. He's not in the top 10 receiver conversation, if that's what you mean, but he's awesome. Cowboys are absolutely stacked at wide receiver. Stacked. Blitz is on. Go. Woo. Let's go, baby. Nice, Crockett. Do I think Rosen will ever be a starter again? My money's on no. But if he works at it, he'll get a chance eventually. If he stays with it. I've always been a big T. Higgins guy. Go Bengals. I stuck my neck out for him in the pre-draft process. I thought he was one of the more disrespected players in the draft class, and while I wished that the Bengals would have drafted a tackle at the time, let's go. I did like him quite a bit. I gotta check this link out, Geometric Heat. Is it a film database? Oh, nice. Oh shit! I tried to call a timeout. That's sweet though. I'm gonna save that link. Wow, very useful. Mostly YouTube, it looks like, but still very useful. Keep it going, Crockett.
The running back again, the ball carrier. He was brought down at the 13-yard line. A gain of...
Now I can do those kicker deep dives. Yeah, I'm good. You miss me on that. We're going at Adams. Hey, we converted one. What's with my love of Brian O'Neill? Am I like way higher on Brian O'Neill than I'm supposed to be? Oh my goodness, John Ross. Really? Wow. That deserves a soundbite. Best guard in the class? Well, I've only watched Wyatt Davis. Wyatt Davis, right? I've heard a lot of buzz for Elijah Vera Tucker. I saw that Daniel Jeremiah just posted his board. He's got him very high, so that always speaks volumes. But it'll probably be either Vera Tucker once I watch him or Wyatt Davis. I also think Jalen Mayfield could potentially be a guard. Dude, Rosen, man, balling out here. All right, Crockett. What a drive we got. I have not watched said Darius Stills quite yet. Why do I have so many real-life busts on my team? Well, I would encourage you to head over to my YouTube and check out the storyline for what this rebuild is all about. And you might understand a little bit better of what's going on here. Oh, God. Oh, get the ball. No. Damn. How would Diami fit with the Colts? I would like that fit a lot. I don't know if... thing with Diami Brown, I'm not sure if he's a day one starter, but I think, you know, he's that kind of route running #1 profile in a lot of ways. Think like in some ways Terry McLaurin, Chris Godwin, both 3rd round picks. We'll skip that field goal. We make it. If the Colts trade up for Zach Wilson, good luck. That'd be insane, though. Oh. Can Juwan Johnson ever be a starting tight end? That is amazing that you asked me that. I literally have DMs sending Swami, who does the rosters for EA. I told him that oh, Ross dropped it. I don't know why I didn't kick that. That was really dumb. Distracted by the chat. But that's all right. Defense steps up anyway. Oh, we turned it over. Jeez, what a game. Because he blocks his ass off at wide receiver. I did say from last year's class that somebody at the bottom of the class was going to convert to tight end and be good at it, because there was all these trees at the bottom of last year's class. I just didn't know who exactly it was going to be, so maybe Juwan Johnson will be that guy. There you go. Would the Packers consider trading Love for multiple firsts? I think they definitely think about it, but I don't think Rodgers is going anywhere this year. Oh, deflected. Dude, I have no idea what my criteria for kickers and punters would be. I've never once in my life evaluated a kicker or a punter. I just don't give a shit, to be honest. Oh, we were all over the place there. All right. Now I'm paying for not kicking that field goal, but we get an opportunity. Good start. Field goal wins it. Man, Rosen threw a costly interception there at the end of that half. Can John Ross make a comeback? No, I'm kind of done with John Ross. I don't know if he can stay healthy. I don't know if he cares. I'm never going to say he can't. He obviously has the talent, but... dude couldn't even get on the field last year for Cincinnati. Man, O-line is paving the way out here. I wish I would have tweeted this before the Senior Bowl, because I had this thought about Kadarius Toney. It happened with KJ Hill last year. That's all I'm going to say. You got to understand that the Senior Bowl practices are set up to expose the corners, because you are running one-on-one drills and wide receiver versus corners. Like, corners are set up to fail. Like, if you win 1 out of 4 reps in a one-on-one drill, like, especially for these corners at the Senior Bowl, because they aren't even the best corners usually. But yeah, it happened with KJ Hill last year, where a good smooth route runner like Kadarius Toney, not to take anything away from Toney, but he is the exact receiver that anyone should know that he is going to come into the Senior Bowl and make these guys look like absolute, like, rookies, basically. I think Brett Coleman tweeted, "Of course he is," which is putting it well. It's not that it isn't impressive. It's just that was expected, to be honest. I mean, Kadarius Toney has elite quickness. He is going to dominate one-on-one receiver versus corner drills. It's important. It tells you that he's good. He's really good at separating it one-on-one against man coverage. Absolutely. But that was already on his scouting report. So I don't know how much he can... You know, he can definitely help his stock, but... Hey, a right tackle got a boost. All right, that's 2 back-to-back tough wins. Biggest sleeper right now? I'm actually going to go with Diami Brown or Asante Samuel Jr. Those are 2 players that I've found out that I really like that I guess others aren't quite as high on. Asante Samuel Jr. and Diami Brown. All right, Vikes this week. The win streak continues. Ooh, we get a breakout. Yeah, Jamal Crockett. Felt that one coming. That's well-deserved. You want the Packers to trade up for Bateman? I don't think that would be ideal, honestly. I like Bateman, but the Packers, to me, need speed. You got your route runner in Devontae Adams. I do like Bateman. He would be an upgrade, don't get me wrong. But would I trade up for him if I'm the Packers? Probably not. If you traded up for Jalen Waddle, then yeah, absolutely. But he's a long shot. That's like them trading up last year for Henry Ruggs. It's just not going to happen. All right, John Ross. Yeah, Kadarius Toney, Rondale Moore could work if you want more of that quick separator. I lean much more the likes of Tylan Wallace, right? Tylan Wallace from Oklahoma State. The LSU dude, Marshall, and potentially Seth Williams, depending how his pre-draft process goes. But I'm looking at Jack Brown. I kind of believe in MVS. You just got a feeling. Dude, I'm with you. I kind of believe in him at this, like, I'm starting to believe in him. But I'm also not. I'm not going into next year with any confidence. He's in the last year of his contract. I'm not going into next year with leaning on MVS again. You just can't do it. You just can't do it. If he pays off and he goes off and he wins that starting job against a rookie and you end up having to pay him a long-term deal, that's awesome. You're playing with house money, but you cannot go into next year with him as your number 2 wide receiver. That is asking to lose. Well, the Packers don't have to spend a fifth on John Ross because he's going to be a free agent. They should be able to sign him if they want. Bateman would be a perfect fit in the Saints offense, I agree. Corey Davis or A-Rob to the Pack, they won't be able to afford either. Packers aren't going to be able to pay up in free agency this year. They're going to have to get real creative with the cap, especially like they got to bring Corey Linsley back. They can't worry about paying another receiver $20 million when their center's leaving. Yeah, MVS as a fourth or a starting, he can even be like, I'm actually okay if the Packers went with, say, Kadarius Toney or Rondale Moore. That's actually all right, because then in 3 wide receiver sets, you got your slot guy, you got MVS. He can be your starting number 2 outside. I'm fine with that. It's just like he's not a guy that you need to be leaning on to get top reps. Like, think Darius Slayton's role for New York, where like he's just kind of always on the outside, always that deep threat. That's fine for him, absolutely, but what's up, Swag Lag? Also, thanks for the follow, Shane Green. Appreciate it. What's the chance of Kyle Trask being taken in the first round? I'll give him a 10% chance. Swag Lag with the follow. What's up? I do not have thoughts on Elijah Moore yet.
Tackle made at the 9-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Or do I? Is he a receiver? Elijah Moore? For some reason that name sounds familiar. If the Bears take Kyle Trask in the first, I'm just gonna laugh. Like, my reaction will, like, on draft day when you guys are all hanging out with me on YouTube for the draft, like, they'll take him and I'll just be like, ha, sorry, Bears fans. Ugh. I know I either evaluated Elijah Moore or I'm close to evaluating him. I don't think I've done him yet. Let's see. No, I have not done him yet. There's a couple small receivers, underclassmen, Tutu Atwell and Elijah Moore that I haven't done yet that I could see me liking those guys as like second round options. I didn't like that. Lucky to just get rid of it. Thanks for the follow, Big Poppy. I gotta get my David Ortiz jersey out for you.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Ooh, all right, Jordan Reed. Saints get disbanded and move to OKC. That's my prediction. Hell yeah. Oh, let's go, Jordan Reed. Stay in. Daniil Hunter in coverage.
Complete to Jordan Reed.
A.J. Brown is a top 5 wide receiver next year. Oh, man. I love A.J. Brown. I don't know if I'm quite ready to go that far with him. A.J. Brown is unbelievable at what he does, and I don't want to say a bad word about him because he's one of my favorite players in the league, but his size does come at the cost of quickness, and quickness does help you become one of those top route runners. Like, I'd still rather have, say, Keenan Allen than A.J. Brown, for example. Jeez, nice catch. But, you know, A.J. Brown in that Shanahan scheme is just insane. So I love A.J. Brown. I don't know if I would predict him to emerge as a top 10, top 5 receiver per se, but there's so many good receivers in the NFL, dude. Like, there's so many good receivers. Oh, yes. Thank you for reminding me the breakout for the running back. I actually forgot about that. Minshew to the Saints. I don't hate it. Don't hate it. Close. Damn. This team's offseason am I most interested in? Colts is up there. Jets is up there, I think. Oh, that was third down? God, I gotta pay attention. Yeah, Panthers. Panthers has got to be up there. Panthers definitely got to be up there. Nice tackle, Roberts. Hey, Loggy, shout out for the Patreon sign up. That's my man. Enjoy the draft content, dude. Happy to have you. We'll see ya on Patreon. If anyone else wants to sign up, all these draft prospects you're asking about, everyone I've evaluated has grades. You can see what I think about them. Get film room access. All that good stuff. Just a couple clicks away. Don't have to wait for a TFG stream and hope I see your comments to know what my thoughts are on your favorite prospects. Oh, get him! Let's go. What a stop. All right, red zone trip. Let's get one for Jamal Crockett. Where would I rank Thomas among wide receivers? In like the 6 to 10 range. Alright, we got a 0 coming. Actually, what I'm going to do here is that. Block this up. We got great block. We just got to take care of Daniil Hunter. Oh, easier said than done, but Crockett fights in anyway. Oh, come on. Give it to us, Madden. He had that. Can I challenge? Can Jefferson become the best receiver in the league? Come on, give me the touchdown. Boo. Thanks, EA. I don't know if I would say Jefferson can become the best receiver in the league. I don't know if he has the tools to do quite that, but he is awesome. I would say his ceiling is like Keenan Allen. Like, does anyone think Keenan Allen can be the best receiver in the league? Probably not. But I think Justin Jefferson can be Keenan Allen. All right, we got to find a way to get Crockett another touchdown here. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it. Shoot. Nice. Hollins.
Quarterback taken down and sacked. Tackle made back at the 7.
I would rather have Rondale Moore than Amon-Ra St. Brown, but they're very different players, so kind of depends what you're looking for in a lot of ways. Oh, oh my goodness. That's Jalen Waddle, everybody. Wow, they have this quarterback and Jalen Waddle. Oh my God, Danielle Hunter. I get it. 3 sacks for Danielle Hunter.
Josh Rosen sacked. A loss of 6 yards. It's second down.
Man, I saw a comment today in my mock draft that made me want to scream. Someone was going at me for not having the Lions take Trey Lance, who's a boomer bust prospect that would almost assuredly fail if asked to start immediately for Detroit, which he would be if you took him.
Complete to number 20. A pickup of
And he said you can't pass on Trey Lance because he's better than any quarterback in next year's draft class. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? The last 4 years, we had Baker Mayfield, who was a 3rd or a 4th round prospect, go number 1. We had Kyler Murray, who was on nobody's radar, go number 1. Last year, Joe Burrow was an undrafted free agent prospect, go number 1. This year, Zach Wilson, on nobody's radar, is going to go number 2. 4 straight years, a quarterback has emerged out of nowhere, and he's going to sit there and tell me that Trey Lance is already a better quarterback prospect than anyone in next year's class. I was like, that is unbelievable. Let's go. Should I miss the field goal intentionally so that I can get the breakout for my running back? Is that oh, he has 107 receiving yards. He's going to get it. All right, Crockett. I see you breaking tackles out here. Yeah, dude, Crockett is winning fantasy championships like James Robinson. Absolutely.
another carry for the running back. Taken down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. And it's third.
Yannick or Janik. I'm going to be streaming until I finish this season, which should be another... Probably will end up going for another hour, to be completely honest. Trevor Lawrence's ceiling is the best quarterback in the NFL. Or on par with Patrick Mahomes. Let's just say the best quarterback in the NFL not named Patrick Mahomes, because Patrick Mahomes is just a cheat code. Yeah, our kicker's good. All right, Rosen playing well again. Crockett's going to get that breakout, right? Yeah, for sure. More upgrades. Keep them coming. Dillard. Ross Dwelly. We'll wait on the breakout for Crockett there. Damian Johnson, it's time for him to get a breakout next. Though he's been a little more quiet lately. Dwayne Haskins just hanging out. And another bust of a quarterback, Tyree Jackson at tight end. Who's the best tackle I've ever evaluated? It's probably Penei Sewell. It's hard. If Penei Sewell had another year, he'd probably be clear cut, but it's hard because he. Oh wow, Lamp's gonna go out for 8 weeks. That sucks. It's hard because he didn't get that final season, so you have to kind of use your imagination with him. Oh, Jordan Reed's back already. I was going to say, should we try playing Tyree Jackson with Jordan Reed out, but he's good to go. Jamal Crockett, baby. I had Andrew Thomas as tackle 1 last year. I had Thomas as tackle 1 with all 4 of those guys being like outstanding prospects. I would have taken any of those 4 guys in the top. Becton I was the lowest on. Becton I was a little hesitant as a top 10 pick, but I would have taken any of those guys in the top 10. And I would have taken Becton if the other guys had all gone off the board. All right, we got Falcons up next. Yep, I like Peart. I ended up backing off of him ahead of Becton, which I'm very glad I did, because that would have been a rough take if I had Peart over Becton. Because then I would have officially been a Mekhi Becton hater, but I ended up liking Becton by the end of it. I just was a little late to the party, but I was in come draft night. Man, Ian Book, I feel like he gets really crazy good upgrades. That's another good one. Anthony Schwartz, keep him coming. Yeah, literally all Wirfs, Wills, and Thomas are all up there for the best tackles I've scouted. I mean, all 3 of those guys. I consistently mocked all those guys in the top 10. Like they are outstanding. All right, Falcons, bring it on. Yep, like Jonah Williams. He was right there with those guys. But Penei Sewell is the first tackle I've scouted that's like, that guy's a top 3 player in this class. I didn't say that about anyone last year. I don't think I said that about Jonah Williams.